Void, as mentioned on the HSPN podcast, probably picked up the biggest fish that Hyper Series had to offer in Ducky. As you can see him here in the starting lineup for the Void. They definitely are getting a huge boost to their starting five. Ducky is definitely a suited vet of the R6 Hyper Series, and I have to say he has done one hell of a job for the teams that he's e-subbed for and played for. So we'll see what he's able to do here now in a starting role for the Void. Two bands come out, Jackal Nomad, nothing crazy for a Villa band. X-Cargo, I will gladly love to turn it over to you. If you're now, obviously you're Calgary, they've been scuffling a little bit of late. How do you turn it around?
You know, Calgary, as you mentioned, made no moves. Calgary, to those of you who are new to Hyper Series, is basically just Watermelon Snus. Very static team. They don't change their roster. They don't change their strats. It's the same stuff over and over and over again. I think really what they're going to need here is some of their more frag-oriented players to step up. As we've both mentioned, pretty big game here for them. If they do win this, they will end up second. Assuming that they just win this outright, they would end up second in the West with the 17 points right on Houston's doorstep. But I think the keys for them to win here is just, can they control the pace of the game and can they get frags?
Yeah. Again, Calgary, I think you're more familiar with them I am, because before, obviously, they joined Hyper Series, I didn't know the team, but before they joined Hyper, obviously, they're very well known in the competitive scene. As I'm starting to join a couple more leagues, I'm seeing their name pop up more and more. So I know that for sure that they're very avid competitive players. But I have to say, though, when you look at the stats, like we're looking at the stats a lot in game number one, we're looking at Toronto and Boston. Calgary, if we look at their games from most recent, which would be back on, they haven't played in a little bit. They played last on day 17, and it was versus, I forgot who that was versus, but looking at their stats, again, not the greatest. Like, they had a decent, KD and entry. They had great entries, but again, it wasn't the greatest. They were able to get the 7-5 win, so that's all that matters. But if we go back just a little bit more, and we go back to, I think this was, let's double check the dates here. Even here, actually, we haven't played in a long time, like a solid game. Looking
the last stats
Miami. Yeah, Miami would have been the next, I guess, closest top opponent that they have played. And they won that game 7-5 on the back of Jimmer and Williams going 16-10 and 14-10. With a respective cost of 47 and 67. So a great showing from those two guys. And if you look at Vancouver here, while they make their slow north side push here, the Dub Snusers, they always seem to do a very methodical, meticulous attack. The Void definitely have played a much tougher, I guess, slash of games lately. If we just go back just a little bit here to day 12, which we'll take the same day. They beat Boston 7-2. It wasn't really close, but 18 kills on the back of Wisty really propelled them forward, and at a 90% cost, one of our highest up until this point in Hyper Series. So great effect on the round. The first engagements here may come through. The Ducky Valkyrie Roam may have his first contact, who's just run down kitchen stairs. There goes his first camp.
Attackers have located a bomb.
And Wisty, he's the first to die, and that's to Zat's Yana, G36. And it looks like he was picked up down in 90 hallway. Yep, exactly, behind that little box. So we got a minute 20 to go. First kill comes through. It favors the Calgary Dub Snoozers. We'll see if they're able to do anything with that opener. Ducky now is going to start his rotate up main stairs right before that line scan comes off, but it does not matter. Zats picks him up, and that is 2 in the favor of the Dub Snoozers. 1 minute to go, and the Cade Claw is just going to get off here with the nade. Now they're able to open up a vault. Each wall left soft here on the classical hallway, and one man stands behind bar. That's the Cade of iDooney, who's now got his nitro out. Maybe able to get one if the timing goes his way. It doesn't look like it is. Zats is on for an ace here if he's able to pick up iDooney. If Dooney's able to pick, Williams picks him up. So unfortunately, no ace for Zats, but the pistol in hand looks to pick up the cage. He's going to swing on in. Zats picks him up. A flawless for the Dub Snoozers, and they open it with a, I mean, hey, I got to say, non-contested round on the side of the Void.
That's one way to put it. I was about to ask, Vancouver, where were you? I mean, Zat basically just sat in 90, which is a real key area for holding down the near site and the site of Aviator in games, because you can control connector as well as, you know, that entryway into games. But he basically just sat there and picked free kills as much as he wanted. It was a real stereotypical round, a real clean round for Calgary. You know, as you mentioned, just a rather methodical attack. That's sort of how they operate on attack, is that they take their 3 or 4 supports. You know, for example, on Clubhouse, they love to bring 4 breachers. They will take, you know, your very standard push. They will do it slowly and methodically. They will do it properly. They will do it the same way every single time, but they will do it well, and that is their whole playbook. And in that case, they executed, at least in their standards, to perfection.
Yeah, it was a good round. I got nothing bad to say about Calgary's round there. Again, literally, you look on the side of Vancouver, not even a kill nor damage. So I don't think, I'm like 99% sure there was 0 damage in that round on the side of the Dub Snoozers. So we'll see what's going on here in this game. In this round, my apologies. They go to the other side. I think this is a great idea. You got slammed on that on the primary. So go to your secondary, see if you can win it, and then you can always go back, because that will always be available to you since you lost it. But Calgary, again, working this east-sided, east to west side push here, laying 2 on the western side and the other 3 on the eastern side. Calgary, the times that they have played this map earlier in the season, again, the exact same way of attacking. Make sure to get their drones in, and you can see there in the top right. So far, only 2 drones shot. Great economy. They use them well, and they turn that intel into a plethora of kills. This very interesting play here by Ducky. Again, he's been known for these types of plays on all the teams he's E-subbed for and all the teams that he has played for. That he makes these plays as he's just escaped with his life there. That, I believe, was that? Yes, that was the sledge on the rappel, who almost picks him up. He is able to retreat back to vault, and we are now a minute in. Just that little bit of damage. Jimmer, he picks up Kuyura on the nade. That nade looks like, yeah, it came through right there, right behind those little windows in front of the main wall. Second nade comes through, that takes the shield down. So that's one of his, one of Jimmer's, 2 still in Triax's pocket, who's currently droning out, looking to see if he can pick anyone up. Jimmer slowly going through a kitchen. He's going to make sure that he doesn't get detected on his special little gadget. Doonies took a little bit of damage in the gunfight. That was from Cayman's 8K12. Still that pushed out now. But close by in Washroom is Calgary. They have much control of the site, but the Wamai of A-Luke, you know, his gun can come alive at any second, is watching that run in. Doonies takes a little bit more damage. That's the secondary nade from Jimmer from underneath. Williams gets down. Doonies gets killed by Triax, and there's collapse on the site. Ducky gets 1 back, but he's not really got much to going for him. He gets the trade, but another round for the Calgary Dub Snoozers.
Calgary's playing clean right now. Simple as that. I mean, this isn't surprising. This is their MO, is that they are going to take your standard push, get your standard wall, get the frags. It's just strange that, you know, especially considering what I've seen from Vancouver, I would certainly describe them as a rather smash-mouth team, rather aggressive.
Yep.
They're not putting up much of a fight right now. I mean, it just seems that they're allowing Calgary to freely sort of permeate the site and get whatever frags they need. I just don't know if it's like they're missing the leadership or if they just got on or what, but they just seem to not really be gelling right now, missing these gunfights, not really having that awareness, and it's showing, and they need to really get back on track soon.
I gotta say with the with the Vancouver side, this is just strictly going off Whiskey's interview a couple weeks back. He said, Vancouver is a very ranked-oriented team. So, I mean, going into this game, Calgary is a very strat-oriented team. So, obviously, those two would clash in a game, and most of the time, a strat-oriented team would win out. But again, Vancouver's got 2 games today. They're second against the LA Ascension, which is coming up right after this one. They're playing a straight back-to-back. If you're Vancouver, Escargo, would it be dumb to say, okay, look, we don't think we could beat Calgary with our ranked play style, but we know full well that we'll be able to beat the Ascension. So use this game as a warm-ups, and then we really come and give it our all against the Ascension in an hour's time.
I mean, personally, if I was IGLing Vancouver right now, first of all, get them back on track. But second of all, this game it's a big game. I mean, you're playing the team that's directly, chasing after your lead here. If they win both games tonight, if they go 2-0, then they put themselves on top of the West, make a clear statement, and also create a nice little cushion. They need to win this game, because if they don't, I mean, admittedly, if they end up just trading 1-1 with Calgary, nothing's going to change, really, besides where Houston is positioned. But if they can win this, which I think is the much harder game, as there goes Ducky and Feisty, taken down by, I think, Zattern and one other member of...
That was Zattern, and that was Triax through the wall off the ping from Cayman on the Monty, as they are just pushing up behind the Monty. As Luke gets down, and it is Kuyura against the world. Here. And after that, he's decided that he's going to take his own life, as it is another round for the Calgary side, 3-0.
Dude. That is... bad luck. Bad luck for him. That's not how you want to lose a round. That's not how you even want to play a round, really. I mean, just... What are you doing, Kuyura? and besides, the entire round was kind of a failure there. They go down 5 in a 5v3 early. They don't even show any signs of life. They're now down 3-0. And this is Villa. This is normally a very defender-favored map. I would say that the bans make it, even more so. Without Jackal, without Nomad. And yet they're sitting here with a goose egg. They have to get back on track. They have to win this game, as I was saying earlier, if they want to really make an impact and make a statement tonight. But right now, we're not seeing any fight from them. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I know for sure that this is the lineup that this is their starting lineup, and I know that through and through. So this is the lineup that they want to run going forward and into the playoffs. That's the reason Ducky got picked up. But it seems flat from Vancouver. Obviously they're a much better team than this, but it seems that it is very flat right now. And if you can't turn it around, Calgary is the team that they will take advantage, and they will use that snowfall momentum to win more rounds going forward. And this is just a very bold prediction. But I feel if this goes 4-5-0, actually no, 4 maybe not. If this goes 5-0, I very well can see a 7-0 sweep coming in, and then you got to rebound for your next game against the Ascension.
I personally don't see a 7-0 split happening. I think that it's possible, but really unlikely. But if they were to get 7-0'd here by Calgary, that would just be, a backbreaker. Yeah. Truly. Admittedly, your next game against Los Angeles, against I think one of the worst teams in the league right now, based off of just standings, it should be easier, but that's gotta really rattle you, getting 7-0'd and then having to basically just sit there in the lobby and ruminate on everything and try and get yourselves back together for another opponent right after.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that. And LA definitely is not going to be the same LA. We haven't seen him play in a while. There's the opener. Duties finds one. So finally, a little bit of life coming from the side of the Vancouver Void. They get an opener. Now you got to survive the floor assault that comes with the sledge and the buck. But as I was just going to conclude there, LA lost their IGL and missed. I mean, he hasn't played for a couple of weeks, but now he is a member of the Ottawa Stormwatch of the trade for future consideration going forward. Jimmer takes a little bit of damage, so I don't know what LA we're going to get today. It's very possible that we get a better LA now that he's gone, but it all is very possible we get the same LA we've been seeing the last couple of weeks. We've just not been good. Triax picks up Doonies in that engagement that they were sharing. A minute 20 to go. 4-4 split as the Buck and Sledge have done a number on this floor to get a monicum of angles that they're able to use against the Void. However, a minute to go. They're still upstairs. Case obviously in the cans of Cayman. Here's the first drop. It's the Ace who's just in China, and he's walked in. He's picked up one in Koyura. The yellow ping comes through. Wisty, there's the yellow ping death from Triax. Ducky picks one back up, and that is the Case. Case now in the hands of the Void if played correctly, and they're going to have to play it correctly. All members of the Calgary Dub Snusers are weak. Ducky's got a great gun in hand, the MK14, to do it. Now, can't turn it in. 30 seconds to go, 3v1. Ducky starts his swing through living room into Red Hall. Remember, he's got angles pretty much everywhere from him. I believe Triax is above watching it. Zat's in China, and Jimmer now has slowly pushed up close by. He's going to be behind him. I don't think Ducky knows. He does not know. It doesn't matter. They turn the round into 4 straight. Calgary are looking like they are back to their normal ways.
Calgary is rolling right now. I mean, they are... I might be making the wrong sports reference, but, they are on fire. And at 4-0 on Villa, this is a really good spot for them to be in. They could, it could get even better from here, but even if they do lose these next 2 rounds, they're looking at a 2-round advantage going on to their defending half, which is usually where they're a bit stronger, and so they're rolling right now. Anything that Vancouver seems to throw at them, they easily handle it, and Vancouver seems just really, really shaken at this point.
Yeah, I gotta say that's for sure. Vancouver, and this is a big game. We keep saying it's a big game, but it just doesn't seem like they've got the urgency in a big game. Like I said before, if this goes 5-0, I can 100% see this going 7-0, and they're going to have to vegetate in that lobby and figure out, okay, how do we come back against LA? But, hey, it's not over yet. So, we'll see what they're able to do here in round number 5. That was the best round we saw from them. I think, Escargot, you can agree with me on that. That was the best round from the first 4. So hopefully that makes them turn the corner, but again, it looks like Calgary has come out to play. And again, it's not even the fact that Calgary's come out to play. If you look at the kills, Cayman's got none, Jimmer's got 2, Triax has 6, Williams has 2, and Zat has 9. So it's really just a one-man show, two-man show. If you're able to shut 1 or 2 of those guys down, it's a whole different round. I mean, obviously everybody on Calgary has the capability, pop-off potential, we can call it. But it's as of right now, it seems that Zats and Triax are the only 2 doing something. Ducky takes a little bit of damage. I think that was through one of the windows here that he was running by that. It was through one of the windows that Calgary was shooting at. He takes just a little bit, and they're going to hold him. He's going to hold him stern here in kitchen. Might attempt a swing. If timing goes his way, he might get one. The nitro comes out. It's going to come out, no damage done. But it doesn't matter. They run off the intel. Zats runs in, picks him up. But it is Koyura on the ward and sitting in laundry who might have a play here on the Twitch if she's not careful. Right now, sitting at 10-1, Zats. This is a great start for him. 2 minutes to go.
Drone's ready. Attackers have located
Very quietly, Koyura is sitting in the laundry room. She just threw her shock drone out. She jumped right off of it, but she is gone. She is upstairs. Now Williams is going to come through. So now Williams, again, they do not know he's in here. Timing can go Koyura's way. He gets one. Doonies gets taken out by Zap. That puts him up to 11. Timing does go his way. Koyura picks up 1. Now the Jimmer, he was on his drone. Now you got to go find this warden who's sitting in laundry room doing his laundry. While that's in the process, Cayman's putting the case down up top. Ping comes through. Jimmer most likely will just hold Koyura out here. He's only got one way out, and with the ARX, should win out against the MPX. Nitro Cell is gonna try and distract Jimmer, but Jimmer is just not that guy. Wisty gets one back. They make it doable. Wisty, that's his first kill. You got to get him going now, any chance in this game. Flank comes through now from Jimmer. It's going to take Wisty out. It's up to Luke, 0-4. The man that holds the Hyper Series record with 24 kills can get one here just to get off the donut, but I don't know if even one's going to win him the round. He won't even get the one. It's 5-0 Calgary.
The play there on Koyura, the Warden, was just quintessentially Calgary. Calgary's rolling right now, but just, you know, they got the plant down. They send half their team over to flush him out right into another guy. It's just, you know, the epitome of teamwork, and that's really what they're doing here, is that they're just moving on all cylinders at 5-0, looking at potentially a perfect half. And doesn't seem like Vancouver's able to stop them. I mean, last round was closer, sure, but, you know, they're not showing up. They're not winning their gunfights. The roamers aren't doing anything. The site can't hold. The anchors aren't able to slow them down. It's just nobody decided to perform.
Yeah, yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it, to be honest. Yeah.
So-
no, go ahead.
Defenders protect
So
your
I
bombs.
had a question for you
Go
going
ahead.
into this last round. If you were the IGL for Vancouver,
Yeah.
what's the play?
Okay.
I mean, you're down.
You're down a boatload, and it's not even like you're down a boatload in the score line. You're down a boatload in momentum, kills, map control, everything. If I'm Vancouver, I don't do what I'm used to. I just throw caution to the wind, try a strat I'm not used to, and hope that that monkey wrench does something against Calgary, and hope to steal one going into the half. I mean, it looks like a bit of that. I mean, we're seeing a Capcan, we're seeing an Oryx, so it looks like they want to spread it out a bit more. But again, and it looked, yeah, like I said, it looks like they're trying to do something different. They're going to go for a spawn peek, maybe, or just a little bit of delay. I really don't know, because usually if you're in this situation, when you're on the side of the void, usually you have a couple kills going for you. You have, maybe one guy that's hot, the other rest are cold. You can turn that around. But when you're looking at the numbers here, 0-5, 1-5, 1-5, 3-5, 1-5, that's just not gonna cut it. And Doonies takes the first engagement. Jimmer picks up Ducky. I was just talking about how you gotta be, aware of everything, and that the Nook picks them up, and here we go. Push the pace. Calgary looks like they just want to get this over with. They want to go home, go back to Calgary, and ride some horses. Looks like they're on a horse right now, pushing down 90. The drones come through from Jimmer. They're gonna spot the Oryx. First thing, Wisty picks up one. That's a good kill onto Zach. He's been the thorn in their side at 11-3. We'll see if Koyura is able to do anything here in the 90 hallway, but it looks like they might just stay. He might stay turned and just wait for someone to come to him. The second drone comes through. They still know he's there. Here comes a swing. It's a double swing. Triax and Williams. They pick up both. Williams gets anyway. He's gonna get one, and that was the Legion of A-Luke. Looked like just running out. No, sorry, not A-Luke, of Doonies. And it's A-Luke and Wisty left. 2v4. Wisty, first bit of damage there from the wall. Gets a cheeky little down onto Jimmer, but it doesn't matter. Here comes the trade. Case is going down. It's Luke against the world.
Attackers are activating the diffuser.
And there goes the pickup. So the audio call comes through. However, I don't think it's going to be much, and it's not. Calgary, they 6-0 the half. A perfect half from the Dub Snoozers. S-Cargo, and we going home on a 7-0.
We very well might be here. I mean, I don't know if Calgary is going to go full meme. They might, in which case we'll probably see something like 7-1, 7-2. But essentially, Vancouver's given the keys to the given the keys to Calgary. Calgary's just been rolling, and at the start of the game, I said that they needed to control the game and get kills. They needed their fraggers to show up. And what do? They control the pace, they get the plants, they get the walls, they control the game, and then we have monster days from Zat particularly, and then from I think Willems. And so they've done essentially what they needed to do on defense, and throughout this game is that they got frags and they kept control. They've done what they need. You mentioned earlier how like some of their players are only at 0 or 2, and that's how they operate. Is that they really stick to, okay, I'm going to be in charge of the walls. I'm going to be in charge of getting the plant down. Your job is basically just to use the intel I give you and get your frags. They don't really run just sort of this like some mix where you'll send guys out in therm to like entry frag or something like that. It's very much we stick to the play, we do our job, we let the other guy do his job, and as a result, they just gel. Sometimes, most of the time they do. Sometimes they absolutely crumble, but right now they're on fire.
10 seconds
Yeah.
before insertion.
Like I said, if it goes 5-0, I think we're done here 7-0.
5 seconds left.
And that's that. But again, hey, if you can go one way 6-0, I mean, who say that you can't go 6-0 the other way? Zat's looking for extra here. He's going for a spawn peek, looking out towards the fountain. I don't think anybody spawned there, but if you're Zats, you can afford to die here, to be honest, because you got 6 rounds in the pocket, you got 6 opportunities to close this one out. Whiskey though on the Amaru will definitely be an interesting play to see if he does anything crazy. We've seen a couple of Amaru plays in Hyper Series where they have been some, not kill wise, but definitely some crazy Amaru plays as they here comes the first drone, and Jimmer takes a little bit of damage, and here comes the first Amaru play. No tags anywhere, but close. It is a really flush him out. So Jimmer does escape with a little bit of health, but that's that. Minute 50 to go. And he'll just stand and wait. Jimmer has retreated back now to back hallway. Cayman takes a little bit of damage as well. And it's a minute 30 to go. Not much map control yet for the side of the Void. They're still downstairs as there's one man here. The Capcan does survive. Jimmer somehow survives that. Case goes down in that matter as Dooney looks like he gets caught in a frost mat on red stairs. And that seems that has been the luck of the Void today. As Zats picks him up, it's a 3v2, it's now a 2v4. Zats picks up one more, he's 12-3. It's a 4v1. Koyura, my friend. What do you have in store? 50 seconds to go. Not much. As that ends it, and that is that. Wow.
Wow is one way to put it. I mean, Calgary just demolished Vancouver, just putting into question why they were even there. And I believe with this win, a very much a statement win and a dominant win at that,